Hi everybody, it's Christine Lees with you this beautiful, beautiful fall day here in the Midwest. I'm just adjusting a little bit. And welcome to this wonderful Monday. It's the first Monday of fall. And I don't know about you, but when it comes to fall, what it makes me think about is fall foods like, you know, pumpkin everything and apples and apple pie. It's just all those things that are, you know, squashes, all those things that are coming into full bloom this time of year. And the cooler weather just makes you want to have just homemade, yummy things. Oh, just love it. It's just such a great time of year. I don't know about y'all, but I love fall. So I wanted to come to you really quick today because I know I talked about last week doing a video for applesauce in the Instant Pot, and I'm going to do that today. I'm just going to show you a 3-minute applesauce that goes right into the Instant Pot, homemade, and from my lovely organic apples that I got from Will's Farm, WILLS, over oh gosh, where was it? Out by Adele, I believe, out just a little ways, not too far away at all, about 30 minutes, if that, from my local area. So for those of you in your area, look around. You'd be surprised at the farms that are out there, organic farms that really do not use pesticides or insecticides on their produce. It can be hard to find because they're not always the most popular for some, but of all the fruits to make sure that you get organic, you're gonna want to make sure you get apples organic. It is always, every year it is like in the top 5 of what what you want to call the good. You want to make sure your top 12 to choose for organic. All right, because we got to be choosy. Not everything we can get organic, but those top 5 things, top 10, top 12. I always try and go organic in. It's apples. All right, so I'm going to just show you a quick couple techniques that I do, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to do it now that we got a little bit of time going. Apple, you guys all know how to cut an apple, but I want this to be as fast as possible. You don't need some fancy machine to do everything. The first thing is I clean them. Obviously, I use I don't know where my veggie scrub cloth went. My Norwex fruit and veggie scrub cloth. I love that. Just gets it all nice and clean. And then I always leave the skins on. All right. You're going to notice the sauce is actually kind of a red color to it. We're not adding red hots or any kind of dyes to it. I leave the skin on. Why? Number one is that's where a ton of the nutrients are, fiber and all sorts of things. I mean, it's a whole apple. We're supposed to eat it that way. So I leave the skin on, and honestly, it really, when you cook it, it just melts down. You don't even really taste the skin. If your kids are super duper picky, you can peel it. That's a whole nother thing. But I'm just showing you this simple technique. All right, I have my cutting board, a really good sharp knife. I just cut it in half once, and if there's ooky parts, it's okay. Just cut it out. And then I go ahead and do it again. This is where my little fast technique comes. I don't sit here and, core my apples like this. I just turn it on its side at a 1/4. I'm hoping you guys can see this. Okay. And you just give it a slice like that. And it just comes up like that. You can kind of see. All right. Simple and fast. I know I lose a little bit of apple, but I want to go really, really fast. So in this particular recipe, it's 12 apples. All right, and I'm just showing you again really fast. This one does have a boogery one, and I already actually made the sauce. But then I go ahead and I just cut it in half again, and another quick 1/4. That is it. I don't chop them up finely or anything like that. Just a rough chop, and then 1/4. All right, skin on, cut, and 1/4. So this is when I would just go ahead and build. One other little tip for your kitchen is just to have a dump bowl. Big, small, whatever, that you can just dump all your stuff in. If you're somebody that has oh my gracious, my brain is completely fried today. If you want to recycle these in your, why can't I think of it? Then for your yard to do mulch and things like that, you can do that. Okay, so I'm going to put that off to the side right now. What am I going to put in this? So I've got all of I'm just going to pull this over. I've got all my apples in here. Let's move this out of the way. In my Instant Pot. All right, now Instant Pots right here. are absolutely amazing. I just started using one about a year ago, and it really is a big, big time saver, I'm telling you. So as far as the applesauce goes, I put a cup of water in here with the apples. I put a tablespoon of cinnamon. I put a tablespoon plus of honey, raw honey. You guys know how anybody who has followed me for any length of time knows raw honey. We're not getting the honey bears from the store that have been cooked. The whole point of honey, one of the points of honey, is you want it raw, because when they cook it at high temperatures, then it breaks down the wonderful enzymes that are in raw honey, because there's some medicinal properties as well. It can be cooked some, but you just don't want really, really high temperatures, okay? And remember, we're cooking this under pressure. Not so much heat, it's pressure cooker, okay? Yes, it's hot, but it's just a different kind of heat. It's just different. So anyway, I'm using my honey. I use a tablespoon plus. If your kids are a little bit more on the sweet side, add a little bit more. No big deal. So that, I do put a tablespoon of butter, 2 tablespoons, excuse me, of butter in, and I know it seems weird, right, butter, but anytime, I always try and have a fat with anything I eat. I want to have all 3 as much as possible: a protein, a fat, and a carbohydrate in all the things that I eat. And vegetables too, but those 3 things, which a vegetable can be a carbohydrate too, okay? So a fat, a protein, and a carb whenever I eat. So this adds some fat to your applesauce and just allows the body to do wonderful things with it, absorption and all that, okay? And then I'm also going to use half of a lemon, beautiful lemon. It smells so good. There is seeds in here. I'm going to show you guys a little trick, a little tip here on how to squeeze, so you don't go like this actually. I just squeeze mine in over my hand like this into here, and that actually, most of the time, the seeds won't come out, but this is a big, big, big one, so I'll have to strain this. But there are some lovely tools out there. I know that you can squeeze your lemons and it keeps the things, but I don't squeeze lemons all that often. So that's that. All right, I'm just going to wipe my hands. And then I just put a little bit of sea salt in it. Himalayan sea salt, Celtic sea salt, whatever you have on hand. I just have my little Himalayan pink salt right here on the side, and that goes in. So you put everything in, and I'm just going to show you guys how to use this thing. You put this lid on right here, okay? And you literally just turn it. It sometimes can be a little tricky to get it into place. Once it's into place, I'm going to show you guys something. You're going to see on the top of this, right at the top, there's a little silver button on the very, very inside, right there. That sucker pops up when it's sealed, when it's under pressure. It takes time to build up, but then that comes up and it'll be off in there. It's very hot. Don't unvent that without having some kind of a glove on or something like that, because I have burned myself before. Okay, so that's going to be popped up. All right, number 2, and I'm going to have to plug this in, and my plug is way over on the other side, aren't I? Okay, let me turn this on, because I want you guys to see, because I know some people have asked us. So I'm just going to have to adjust the camera. Okay, we're good. We're going to just move down a little bit. Right? All right, sorry guys. Moving down a bit. All right. Move down. Now I'm going to have weird light, but that's okay. I want to be able to show this to you guys. So, right here is your Instant Pot settings, okay? And I did just find out they have an 8-quart. This is a 6-quart. They have a 5-quart, 6-quart, and 8-quart. This is a 6, but they just came out with an 8-quart if you really want a bigger pot. But this works just fine for us, okay? Now, you're just going to, for this particular recipe, hit manual, and you're going to see a number comes up, all right? I want it to stay on a high pressure. You can change the pressure settings, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to change this to 3 minutes, because that's all you're going to set it for. Now, remember that 3 minutes does not include how long it takes to get to temperature, okay? That's just how long it actually stays pressurized, and then it shuts itself off. So right now, what will happen is it's starting to heat up on the inside and create that pressure, okay? And then, see, it says on, and then once it starts counting down, your silver little thing will be up, and then you know it'll start counting down 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, whatever number you put on. Once it's done, actually, what you're going to want to do, you just unplug it quick, and then it's going to start depressurizing, okay? I like to just go ahead and just depressurize it myself. When you do that, please use a mitt of some sort. A mitt of some sort. I don't want you to burn yourself, and you just depressurize it. I'm going to show you on this handle how you do. You just, like right now, you want it sealed, and when you want to depressurize, you just turn it up, and then steam comes out, so you do need to be careful. Again, be careful. All right, now, what does it look like on the inside? So I'm going to show this to you guys. Now, see, it's starting to boil up because I turned it on, but I'm going to just turn it off again because we don't need it hot. All right. Here's what it looks like on the inside. All right, I'm going to show you guys. That's the finished product that just with plain old apples, not even that long ago. Okay. Now, some people like it for their texture of their applesauce different ways, right? The first time I made it, I used my handy emulsion blender because you know how much I love tools in the kitchen. It's fun. Okay, but it will come out with a little bit more of a baby sauce texture. Very smooth, okay? No chunks, and a very smooth texture, all right? So if you like it that way, either use an immersion blender or let it cool and then put it in a blender, all right? Now, this is the way that my kids like it, is more chunky, like a traditional applesauce, but you are gonna see some of the skins, but my kids don't care because this is the way they want it. Now, just stirring it, you guys, I'm just going to show you. I wish I could, I'm going to come over here and actually tilt this down really quick. Woo! Yay, things are falling. We got to love that. I love live TV, or live Facebook, whatever you want to call. Okay. Sorry, guys. 1 second. My microphone. Sorry, that was probably really loud. Okay. I'm going to show this to you. You guys can see. I'm just stirring it up. I'm not really doing anything, and it's just breaking up the apples really, really well. But that's what it looks like, and it's got that red hue to it, red color. Again, that's just from the skins. So if you do like yours more creamy and more smooth, certainly go ahead and switch it up, okay? All right, I'm going to pop this back up really quick. All right, now I want to talk about with you guys really quick, what do you do to store and that kind of thing, right? Okay, if you want to just keep this in your fridge for the week, no big deal at all. You just put it in, you know, a mason jar or an airtight container, and it's good for a week in the fridge. Max, all right? Now, if you want to make a lot of this and then store it, I freeze my stuff. I'm not a canner, but I do freeze this, and it freezes awesome, all right? But you always, when you freeze, or actually even if you put it into the fridge, you want to let it cool down a little bit before you put it in the freezer, because it'll take your freezer temperature down a lot. You actually, when I go to freeze, I put everything in the fridge overnight and then freeze it the next day. It's just a tip, because then your freezer temperature stays consistent, okay? So that is my applesauce. It's super duper easy. I actually found it on a website, and I've kind of tweaked it a little bit myself. Again, if you like more cinnamon, put more cinnamon in it. Oh, there's cinnamon in it too. Did I not tell you that? Yes, there's cinnamon in it. If you're a pumpkin pie spice kind of girl, put that in it. You know, that's the fun part of it, is just playing with it. But there's no added sugar other than the honey. And it does have a bit of a tartness to it, but I like it that way. So if you have kids that are really, they just have a harder time with that, or you're transitioning them, you might need to add a little bit more honey and that kind of thing. This is so great to leave chunky and then put a little ice cream on top, or a little homemade whipped cream. I mean, really, the possibilities are just endless. It's just wonderful. So, I hope you guys got something from this. If this Instant Pot is kind of a theme that you guys want to see more of, I know that I've had people message me and they would like to see more Instant Pot meals and crock pot meals. You know, give me a thumbs up. Give me I want more of that, and we're going to work on that. I definitely have some exciting stuff coming up very, very soon that I'm going to be offering for people, and it's going to be so super fun. And my newsletter that's coming up in October is going to have some of this stuff, the same crock pot, Instant Pot stuff incorporated in. So if you're not on my list, either message me, give me a thumbs up, like it, and I can add you to the list too. All right, I don't mind you doing that, because I want to make sure that you guys get the most bang for your buck from me, okay? Let me do the hard work. Let me do all that looking for you and help you guys find some real food recipes, you guys. This is so insanely easy to do, and it tastes so much better than store-bought applesauce, right? And it's not as expensive. It's ridiculous how expensive it is from stores. So that is my Facebook Live today. I hope you guys have a fabulous Monday, and I'm sure I'll be back this week sometime. I'm just not sure which day, so just keep tuned in. And in the meantime, head over to my website, take a look-see, allaboutmykitchen.com. I'm always adding new recipes to that, and I hope you guys have a great, great day. See you soon.